Okay, in this application I'm going to show you how to load a picture into an image component. So I'm going to use an image, drag it to my form. I'm going to save my application. I saved it into my folder, load picture over here. And when I run my program, Delphi is going to create a folder inside that folder. And the folder will be Win32 debug, and this is where my executable file will be. So I'm going to take this picture, because this is the picture that I want to load into my image component. I'm going to take this picture and I'm going to cut it. I'm going to paste it inside this debug folder. Okay, now I'm going to go back and I'm going to select my image, go to the picture property, go to load, go to that Win32 folder under my load picture folder, and I can select my image, and when I click on open it will automatically load it into my image component. But I'm not going to do that now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add a button, and I'm going to change the caption to load, because when I click on this button I want to load the picture into the image component. So I'm doing it a little bit differently here. So we're doing it under an event. So I'm going to say the component image1 dot picture dot load from file, and over there now I need to give the file name and the file extension. So if I remember correctly, the file name was 7 and the file extension was JPG, and I must put that in single quotation marks, 7.jpg. By default Delphi will look or search for that picture inside your executable file location, in a folder where your executable is. So if you don't specify the path, by default it will check inside your Delphi folder. If the file is saved in a different location, let's say the D drive, then you will have to specify the path of where your file is saved. Okay, mine is in the same default location, so I'm going to leave it 7.jpg, and then I'm going to run my program. And when I click on the button to load in the picture, I assume that it's going to give me some issues because I didn't load in I didn't add the JPEG under the users on the top. Okay, so let's try it. Okay, unknown picture file extension .jpg. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up under the users, and I'm going to try to add the JPEG under the users. I'm going to run it again. And it will load it in for me. Okay, if you are unable to remember that you must add in the JPEG, a kind of cheat thing that you can do is, before you run this application or add this line of code, you can just manually add the picture like I did previously here. So you go to your image component, go to picture. Before I show you, remember I did remove the JPEG on top, so it's not there at the moment. Picture, load, go to that folder, select my image, OK, and now it's loaded in. So when I run this application, it will automatically display the image for me. So I assume that Delphi added the necessary units under the users on top. Okay, so Delphi did it for me. So now you can go back, because you can't remember that you must add the JPEG under the users. You can go back to your image component, you can clear it, and your JPEG will still be there, and then you can just add your image1 dot picture dot load from file, add your file name and your file extension, and Delphi will actually load in the picture now, because when you did it manually, Delphi already added all the necessary users that you need to be able to load this picture in.